about we've been very explosive leading up to this game, but not quite as efficient. We're not quite clicking on all cylinders, and so we want to come out today and make sure that we got off to a fast start, improve our efficiency on third down, and just find that rhythm. And I thought we did that in the first half, and that allowed us in the second half to come out and give some guys some meaningful snaps and get them some opportunities to grow. So overall, pleased with the performance. Obviously, still got to watch the tape, but I thought we did a lot of good things.
I think that's the earliest I've seen the starter come out of the game. Was that the plan going in?
The biggest thing is we just want to get guys opportunity, and once we had the game, we felt like in control. We wanted to get some guys some meaningful snaps, and same thing with Travis. Travis was out there early. Trevor was out there early, and the decision was made before the game that if we could rest Ross a little bit with that hip flexor, so we were able to get the game under control and let those guys play.
Tony, Travis was out early, but how important was it for him to cross the goal line, get that touchdown after a couple games where he had?
It made it him. That'd be a question you need to ask him. But for me, the biggest thing is it's about how you play. It's not about the stats. And I think that early on, it took him a little bit to get in rhythm. First play of the game, didn't quite have the production that we wanted, and then we dropped the pass there on a little swing pass. And so, he was a little bit down on himself, but he perked back up and found a way to get back into rhythm, and that's what great players do.
Do you have any concern when you have a game like this where you take some of your starters out early, keeping the rhythm going and carrying over to the next week?
We tell the guys that the standard doesn't change, and that was the message at halftime for all the guys who were going to get an opportunity to play. That for us, we don't see it any different. I'm not calling it any different. We're playing football, and so the expectation is that if you get an opportunity, you got to play up to the standard. And it was really good for us to get in there. First drive of the second half, thought we could have did a little bit better job there, but we're able to get in the end zone, get a lot of guys some opportunity, and then we're able to play a lot of guys. I think we played 110 guys this game.
When you guys are beating people at the rate that you currently are, how do you make sure these 18, 19, 20-year-olds aren't getting too far ahead of where you guys are?
There's always room for improvement, and one of the core values of our program is humility, and you understand that first you got to look at yourself, and when we watch the film, we're going to be very, very honest with the guys, and they're going to be honest with themselves, and just give us an opportunity to get better, and part of it is, we don't worry about who we play, we worry about how we play, and so every week we're playing Clemson, and the big challenge this week and going forward is it doesn't matter who you play, you got to have respect for the process of preparation, and that's what I saw, in these guys this week is that they really, really respected the process, and that's something for us to build upon, and we're getting ready to go play a good football team, up in Chapel Hill. That's coming off of a tough game, but let me tell you something, we're going to get their best.
What's a touchdown like that do for Duke's confidence?
It's big, because I think now Rencher may be the only one that hadn't gotten in the end zone. Love to do that, and his time will come, but for him it just continues to allow me to push him. He sees that if he works hard throughout the course of the week, he continues to develop, he's going to get some opportunities in games, and when you get your opportunity, you got to make the most of it, and so I'm excited for him, excited for all those guys who got an opportunity to play.
Have you seen one Jay, flip on the goal line before, or is that new?
So I told him he's been waiting about a year and a half to do that. But actually, we practice that. I think that may be a lost art in the game of football. I used to watch it back in the days. The guys that I grew up watching, Walter Paytons and all those guys, they used to go over the top. And so we actually practiced that. And there was a game, might have been last week. He was thinking about doing it, but didn't do it. And I saw he went over there, but I asked him, I said, what were you thinking when you got flipped upside down? You didn't plan for that part. He said, I didn't know what I was thinking. But, happy for him. Big confidence booster for him to be in that situation, to get his number called. And he didn't get in the end zone last week in a similar situation, but he found a way this week, so that was good.
What's playing time do to help Tyson?
Oh, it's big, because as a quarterback, obviously, practice is practice, but until you get in the game, and it's full speed, and you actually got to make those decisions in real time. It was huge for him, and just big for Chase as well. For Chase to get some extended snaps, an opportunity to go perform. So it was really good for both of those guys, but for Tyson in particular, being his first time to really play for an extended time, couple drives, a series in a row, it was really big for his confidence.
Tony, any of the young guys you were particularly pleased with that kind of had their first extended action tonight?
I think Davis Allen continues to. It's probably hard to spot him out because he's caught up in the mix in the box. But I think he continues to improve. Happy for Luke Price. Had got in there, got a catch. He continues to give us just an added dimension in the run game. Happy for some of those young linemen, especially that last group. Robbie told me to kind of keep it simple, and I called an outside zone, not realizing that they might not quite understand it. And hey, they popped it for about 12 yards. So a lot of guys did a lot of good things, but really won't know until you watch the film to really assess how they they play. Where I'm at from my perspective, I see a little bit of the play, and then I'm down on the call sheet for the next play.
Ches and Mikey, their explosiveness, I guess, what have you seen from them so far?
I think you saw last week with Ches, his ability. I think he's a much more powerful, stronger runner right now because of the way of the system he came out of. He's a one cut downhill kind of guy, ran through a tackle, and then he's got the long speed to finish it off. Mikey's probably a little bit more short area quick than Ches, but good for him to get an outside zone, to read it right, find the hole, and then once he found the hole, he was able to explode through it and score a touchdown. So they're continuing to get better. You know, I see progress and improvement. It was good to see Ches get in there. They brought a little weak side pressure. He stepped up and fitted it up the way I wanted him to. So they're continuing to make progress, and they're going to be guys that we need to continue to develop as we get into the stretch run of the season to give us some more depth.